Hi. Uh, this is a project worked on by a group of 4 people, and I'm going to briefly go over the results of our the process and then the results of our project. The project was to design a tool that would help design foundation students in our college um, design better, and it would have to replace the tool that the university provides. So first we started with the data collection phase, which you see here. Um, you see it, I guess, in the form of sketchbooks and tile rubbings over here. Um, because what the foundation students were working on was a project that involved that they rub the tiles of the university campus with whatever material they wanted to use. So over here there's some colors, and over here it's in I think it's in charcoal, and over here it's in like something else. So yeah, that was the phase that they were in of their project at the time, and so we collected the data of that is photos of their stuff and also of their sketchbooks, and then we proceeded to document that into this diamond diagram. And the first half of the diamond is called Discover, which is about their design process basically. The Discover phase is of them like first exploring their media, exploring their like how far they can go with the project, their tools and stuff like that. And then the other half of the first diamond is to define. So they would have to go over and like sort of have a concrete knowledge of what they're doing. Yeah. Then the development phase, which is that like after having a concrete idea of what they want to do, they would start to work on it basically, and this would be their first drafts, their first sketches, and so forth. And then finally the delivery process, the delivery phase, which is just like handing in, be it a draft or the final. And then after we took the diamonds, after we created the diamonds, we proceeded to create this work model, which is basically our data analysis and interpretation. And so we represented this information in the form of models and several different kinds of graphs. So one is the flow chart, as you see here, and it shows the foundation student and the influence of the professor, for example, and their colleagues and the internet on their project and what they do in their process. And the second is a cultural model, which also centers around the foundation student and discusses how the professor and the environment and people and the university's learning tool, which is called iLearn here, how they influence the student in a cultural way. Then we have the sequence model, which is the way the student, which is the chronological way in which the student approached their design process. So first they looked at the tiles, for example, and then they decided one, and then they started working, and so forth. Then there's the physical model, which is like how their actual campus looks like. And yeah, so there's the computer screen, there's the tiles outside, and the walk over there, and then we analyzed this information further, and we took ideas from their problems, and so we took their breakdowns and their ideas, and we decided to put it together and use it in our co-creation kit. Yeah. The first step of it was to create this poster, sort of. It's a handout that is given to a number of students. It outlines our idea, the plan that we had started. So we had decided that we'd have an app, and the app would include a Dropbox that replaces the final documentation at the end of every semester, because every project gets handed in directly there and then just stays there. So it's a replacement for the documentation, and it's viewed in the gallery. You could search it by tag or by course or by person or whatever. sends push notifications to directly through your phone, and then there's like chat and group chat and stuff like that. So we asked the foundation students what their ideas were about it, and they responded, and we used their information to build our mock-up for our app. Okay, so here's our mock-up. Is it the interactive one? This is our sort of app mock-up. Just so you know, we really did not pay attention to the way things would look. We just focused on the function. First, you enter your credentials. You have a menu here where you could either hand in your project so that you could contribute it to the gallery, and it would be in. You would pick a course and like pick the submission that you want to hand in, and so yeah, you could also pick your source. So for example, if you have it on your phone or upload it someplace else or just on the actual university server, that's where you could go. You'd pick your file and then you'd hand in yes and upload, and here it is, yeah. And then people would comment on it, and you could see that here. If you've replied to the comment or if other people have replied to the comment, there's a option to show the thread of it. So and there's also at the top of the app, pretty much anywhere, there's a sort of bar at the top with go to your notifications, for example, where you could access where the person commented on your stuff or so forth. And there's also the option to go to your group chat room, which looks like so. And in case you're talking to a professor on the group chat room, they may choose to broadcast to you via webcam, and is the professor. And if you choose to leave the broadcast, it would be like that, and you're redirected back to your chat room. Clicking here when it isn't on a notification thing, when there isn't a new notification, will lead you directly to the chat room, where you could see any other conversations happening. Then there's the search function over here, which lets you sort of search for stuff via tag. You could also directly. The tags are only added by the professor, so nobody else can or whatever, make them funny like Tumblr does. I don't know. So thank you for bearing through that. Thank you for bearing through this. We hope it was useful to you.